mother-in-law is here. And as usual, as soon as she arrives, she's talking about cooking. She came and we just finished breakfast. And she's talking about cooking lunch. And I'm like... And Hillary made her wait for about an hour or two. And then she's like on about cooking lunch. Oh my God. Yeah, it is 1 o'clock now. And it is lunchtime. But it's not, we're not at work. We don't have a lunch time, you know? We go by our stomachs. Are we hungry or not? And we ate breakfast at about 11:30, something like that. So I don't know about you, but 11:30 and now it's just almost 1. It's only an hour and a bit. I'm not ready for lunch yet. I haven't done anything. I've just been sitting all morning, just sitting. Why am I gonna have lunch now? But of course she took food from her house to here, and she's like in the kitchen fussing. I chop this, she's wanting to wash this and all this lot. It just gets on my nerves. Can't bother with the fuss. It's a normal day. It's not Christmas. You don't need to be cooking all day. So I might have to protest again and just not eat when she cooks. Because like, I'm not gonna stuff myself just to please someone because they want to offer help and cook. I've told them I'm not hungry. I've told her I'm not hungry. Don't cook yet. But she insists on cooking now, so whatever. And now I'm remembering why I didn't like when she was here. Because now those two are in the kitchen and the mum is just whisper. Everything is a blooming secret. Whisper. Like her life is so important. I can't stand the whispering. I just feel like you have a phone, right? Just phone. You have secrets. Why come all the way here and then go in the kitchen and start whispering? I don't care what they're saying. It just gets on my nerves that it's happening. Here, like I can't even go to the kitchen without being the awkward. Ugh. Okay, the coast is clear. So what disaster today was an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. And it's one of many disasters that will be coming up in the near future because stuff has been relaxed a little bit now, so people are free to go. Before, people couldn't really come to our house because if you don't live in a place, they wouldn't let you in. But now they've relaxed the quarantining rules and they've relaxed the rules on who can go where. I think it's because today is the 1st of May, which is a holiday, and they want to stimulate the economy. So they want, you know, people to be free to go around for this holiday, which is usually like a massive spending spree for people in China. So I think it's because of that. But whatever the reason, doesn't matter. Things are starting to open up a little bit, which is good and bad. Good because we won't be prisoners inside anymore, but bad because it means that we'll have unwanted guests. And to be honest, I'm not ready to return to how it was before this, where it was just like annoying every day. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh my God, yeah. So Trump, I don't know why I like segued to that, but Trump, oh my God, Trump. The investigators, I'm not sure which government agency, CIA, FBI, whatever it is, whoever they are, the investigators who are checking to see where the virus came from said, it's not man-made. They don't believe it's man-made. And Trump says, he's seen intelligence that suggests that it's man-made. So I'm thinking, where did that intelligence come from? If the spy, secret agency people, whatever, if they are saying that it's not man-made, who's he chatting to find out that it is man-made? This and many other questions will never be answered. Right, so pretty much I'm going to end the video here because I haven't got much else to talk about and it is the end of the day. Yeah, I'm reading the news and they're saying like the UK is over the peak, past the peak, etc. Those words. And it's kind of dangerous language, isn't it? Because when I look at the charts, it doesn't really look like the UK is over the peak. It looks like the UK has reached a peak. But how flat and how long is that peak? I don't know. Because if you look at the numbers compared to the rest of the world, the UK is still pretty high up the list. I mean, in terms of deaths per day, in terms of new cases per day, it's always like in the top 5. So to say that we're over the peak and it's time to start looking at relaxing the restrictions, I'm not with that. No. I could say that maybe it's reached a peak, yeah, because the numbers are staying pretty much flat. But those numbers are high, really high. And they're much higher than the official numbers from China when the outbreak was happening. Much higher. Like, China never reached... I think the most China had in one day for deaths was like 200, officially. Like, it was like 150 or something. I mean, that day when they added a bunch was like... because they didn't tell us the dates when those people actually died, but the daily deaths... I mean, the UK is like 600, 700, 800 daily deaths. That's really high. That's like Italy levels when Italy was like in the news every day. How is the UK talking about we're over the peak, past the peak? Oh, don't understand. It's, I don't know, it's a bit irresponsible to be putting that sort of language out there. And also in the newspapers. You know, these newspapers that I trust or trusted, they're saying like the coronavirus is affecting poorer people more than it affects rich people. And I'm like, what disease, virus, illness doesn't affect poor people more? Don't they all affect poor people more? Oh, how is that news in 2020? I just don't get it. Oh, God. Anyway, talking about lifting the restrictions. Here in China, they have lifted a lot of the restrictions like last week, during the week, this week or something. And like I said, today is May the 1st, and this weekend is like the May Day holiday, the Labor Day holiday in China, which is like a massive thing. So people are just roaming around free, as you've seen today. Well, you didn't see, but as I told you today, you know, we had guests come over to our apartment. So like the first day, and we've already had guests coming over. And upstairs or downstairs or wherever it was in the morning, they were already starting to do renovation, like at 8 something in the morning, like, brrr, oh my God. So as soon as we start talking about being past the peak and restrictions being lifted, that's what's going to happen. Stuff is just going to go back to normal, like bam, like so fast. And if there's one person out there with the virus, one person, that's all it takes. One person. So you can't say we have 6,000 people confirmed with the virus every day and say that we're past the peak and it's time to lift the restrictions. 6,000 people a day when it only takes one to create an outburst. Look at that, look what happened in that church in South Korea. One person took it to that church and then Korea was like, boom, everyone had it. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. So be careful. I'm telling you, just be careful. Past the peak doesn't mean it's safe to go out. Believe what you want. I'm over it now. I'm not even... I figured that it's one of them things, isn't it? It's like, if we're gonna die, we're gonna die. But I'm gonna try my best for my own sake to stay safe. You can too. But if you, like a lot of people now, are starting to get annoyed that you're staying inside and people are hyping it up and it's nothing to worry about, then I don't know what else I can say to you. Not much. So enjoy the coronavirus, and yeah. All right, ending it here. I said I was ending it like 5 minutes ago. I will see you and speak to you hopefully tomorrow. Goodbye.